What's going on, you guys? Slim finally back here with the video for you guys. I know it feels like forever, I swear. Like, I was in front of the cabinet a couple weeks ago, did the craziest opening ever, and now we're here to talk about the meta, because even though I've been gone, I've still been keeping up for the most part on the meta, and we're going to talk about what are, in my opinion, the top decks of the format. I really wanted this to be another top 5, but it can't be. There are more than 5 decks that really are the best decks of the format, and hopefully, you know, this video will clear a lot of things up, because I think there's so many decks with so much potential in this format. I'm not going to talk about all of them, and I'm talking about the main ones that I've been seeing in online, in locals, in remote duel locals. Some places are fortunate enough to have real locals again, so we're getting there, and I can't wait for when things open up and we get to play IRL Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. But anyways, as always, if you guys are new here, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified whenever I upload. You'll also be notified when I stream over on Twitch. I promise I'm coming back to streaming. While I was gone, I just had no internet, but anyways, link is in the description. Consider joining my Discord community. I'm really going to try my best to be more active on there. I know I kind of lack on it, but I definitely want to be more active with you guys in there. I really do appreciate all the people in that community. As always, if you're going to purchase any cards, TCG player link, Gem Accessories affiliate link, you already know they're down there. If you guys want to purchase and help the channel out, if you want to further support me, consider becoming a channel member or becoming one of my patrons. I'm going to be adding new rewards to the Patreon aspect of things. It's just some things I want to do, get more patrons more involved with like exclusive videos and stuff like that. So stay tuned. That stuff is all coming. But with all that out of the way, you guys, yeah, there's more than 5 decks. Like, it's not really that many. I think I have my list here. I have a total of maybe 7, but I wanted to really talk about multiple decks because I feel that there's definitely more than 5, and there's some that definitely have potential as soon as, you know, Lightning Overdrive. You know, the sneak peek has already taken place. People are already picking up the cards. The set comes out, I think, tomorrow or today, whenever you guys see this video. So these decks are definitely going to see potential. I'm going to have these in no particular order. I'm even going to start with Dragon Link. So I'm going to start with Dragon Link right now just because I'm going to keep it short and sweet to the point. Dragon Link is still where Dragon Link has always been. It's probably one of the best decks of the format. People will argue it's the best deck of the format. The deck can really play through so many hand traps. Not only that, it can, you know, it can play cards like Dark Ruler. It can play a couple hand traps. It can just play through everything. The ending boards are basically the same. If you can't break it, you lose. If you don't draw Dark Ruler, you lose. Like, you guys already know this. I'm not going to waste a lot of your guys' time. And honestly, when we do our ban list prediction, I mean, I'm hoping we'll have LP on there. I don't know. I mean, that card evades the ban list. It's getting up there with Dante, so we'll see what happens. But Dragon Link is on here because, of course, Dragon Link is on here. It's obviously probably one of the most represented decks. Even with all these new decks that people are playing, it's still going to be one of the best decks of the format. Next, I've got Prank Kids. Prank Kids have just resurged, and they go up and down. Like, I noticed a lot in tournaments, you'll see heavy representation and you'll see lower representation. I think what players need to take into account is that different regions play different decks. You're going to go to some regions where they play more control decks. You're going to go to some regions where they play more combo decks. You're going to go to other regions where they play more mid-range decks. And Prank Kids will pop up in all of those regions, just maybe not in heavy as representation. But I mean, one card combo of the deck. Like, shout out to my boy Joe Bogley. He just topped a IRL event. He got top 4 with 60 card Prank Kids. Like, what? That literally tells you all you need to know, because the deck is literally just one card combo of the deck. I can just do so many things and play so many good blowout cards, and you can even go as far as Joe did and play 60 cards and still have success. This deck is easily one of the best decks of the format, and it's going to continue to be. I honestly don't even see anything getting hit on it, so expect Prank Kids to be here for the foreseeable future. Next, I have to talk about Drytron. Okay, we'll go with Drytron. I'm just going with the list as we say it. So I don't fully know the potential of this deck because I never played the deck myself. However, I did play against it back when it was one of the best decks of the format. With Diviner of the Herald, with the new, was it level 1 XYZ, the deck definitely is coming back into the front. Do I think it'll be one of the best decks? Maybe. I don't know. I know in Japan it's definitely having a lot of success. As soon as we see more and more players trying out the deck, we'll have more data to work with that. But I have to mention the deck as a deck that definitely has potential because the deck is very strong, and the fact that, you know, it's getting basically new support, making it better, making ritual decks better in general. You know, more and more players are going to pick it up, and because of that reason, because of that reason, I have to have it here on this list because the deck definitely has the potential. The deck is still very strong, and the deck can still do crazy things. Like, you can play Herald of Perfection, Herald of Ultimateness. You can do all these things to basically lock your opponent out. You still have access to Ava. You still have access to the Herald of Orange Lights to negate stuff, and it can be very frustrating for your opponent. Are they going to go the route that they used to go with maybe the Vanity, the Vanity Ruler and stuff? I don't know. Again, We'll see what happens when the deck gets more representation, but mark my words that more and more players are going to pick it up. Those that kept their Drytron cores, those that played Drytron back when the deck was like tier 1 are definitely going to pick it up and play it again. So do not sleep on this deck. Have those cycle readers and Joels ready. I mean, you already have Joels ready for the format, but have those cycle readers ready, because you definitely, as Robbie says, you don't want to be caught with your pants down against this deck. So I definitely have to mention Drytron. I'm actually excited to see what the deck does, because even though it's been a while like since we've seen the deck, it's always cool to see like new innovation that comes with the deck, even at the price tag of freaking Diviner. But that's what I got for the next deck. Then I actually want to talk about Tri-Brigade, another deck basically similar to Drytron that you know, got new support in Lightning Overdrive. The deck has already been making waves. Like, even before this support, the deck has already been making waves. I've been keeping up on, like, some of the decks, and there's a lot of Tri-Brigade Zoo that's been having potential. The decks that play a lot of trap cards. The fact that you can search Revolt now is crazy. Like, I mean, you're searching a Soul Charge. Like, that that should not be a thing, but for some reason it is. So, there's definitely potential in that deck. The Wind Statue by itself alone can blow out a lot of games. Like, okay, a lot of decks are playing Dark Ruler, but if you don't see it, you just lose. You just lose to it. So, it's pretty crazy. I think the deck definitely has a ton of potential. I think we're definitely going to see more players playing it, and I think it's a deck that you definitely should not sleep on. Obviously, Lyralist Tri-Brigade was a deck in the previous formats, even though it lost a little bit of representation. Then basically Tri-Brigade and Zoo basically took over, but we're definitely going to see more decks like that. So I definitely think you need to be prepared for that deck, and definitely do not sleep on Tri-Brigade, and be prepared for whether they're playing the trap variant, if they're playing the control variant with the Wind Statue and stuff. You guys already know the normal thing with some more getting the Wind Statue, should just definitely be prepared. But I think the deck, again, got a boost in Lightning Overdrive. We're going to see more players playing it. I actually talked to a couple people that have already picked up their cores and are ready to go, so definitely expect to see a lot more Tri-Brigade going forward. And I have to talk about Eldritch. So this was the one that I noticed didn't really make any list. I saw Alex's video, I saw Robbie's video, and I noticed a lot of them did not actually mention this deck, because yes, in certain regions, again, it has kind of gone down in playability, but I think the deck is still really, really strong. The Eldritch engine is a great grind engine. You can play it with Zoos and still play Zoolich. You can play it with Invoked and play Invoked Eldritch. You have a lot of potential. It just comes down to the player. Does the player want to play that variant of Eldritch? You can even play the pure Eldritch deck that plays like 29 plus trap cards. It's like actually crazy. There are so many things you could potentially do with that deck. You just really have to want to play that type of deck in this format. And I think that Eldritch, even though the representation went down just slightly, I think we're going to see more and more players trying to pick it up again. So I had to mention it. That's why I said this can't be a top 5, because most people would just knock Eldritch, but I think the Eldritch is still really good. I think the Zoo Eldritch deck, like I said, I think any variant of Eldritch, any deck that can play Eldritch in it should play it, and definitely, you know, don't sleep on this deck. Like I say with all the other decks, do not count this deck out, because, you know, it's when you do that the deck is basically going to come up and you're going to lose to it because you discounted it in the format. So I had to mention Eldritch. I do really like the Eldritch engine, so I wanted to mention it as well. And then, of course, dinosaurs. Scrap Raptor is a common. It was a common in OCG, it's a common in the TCG. Nothing got hit on dinos. Dinos now go burr and combo, in addition to everything else they were already doing. Dinos go burr. What can I say? Dinos go burr. Yeah, yeah, like, no, like, literally, that's it. Like, Dinos go burr. I think the deck is still very good. I see more and more players are picking up their Scrap Raptors because literally they're pennies. So why wouldn't you? It's actually crazy. Like, I think a lot of Dino players are excited because now their deck just became more of a combo deck the way it was before, and now it's a combo deck again, and man, Lancia, Skullmeisters, anything to stop Misk, anything to stop the combo, just have it, because it's going to be frustrating to play against, because Dinos are a really good deck. I will always give them their dues. As frustrating as it is to play against them, I will give them their dues. The deck is still really strong, and I expect more and more stuff to happen with that deck in this format. And last but not least, you know I have to talk about Normal Summon myself, aka Invoked, aka all the Shaddoll Invoked variants. Win to the deck. Win to wins, because win is the first 3 letters in its name. Anything with Shaddolls, anything with Invoked is doing well, because the deck is simplistic. The Dogmatica engine makes it simplistic. The Shaddoll engine makes it simplistic. The deck is very straightforward and to the point. Putting up Mecha Bawinda a lot of games is just how you'll win. Nadir Servant is a hell of a card. At least, I'm sure it's getting a reprint in the Tinge, right? Something like that. I don't pay attention to that stuff, but I'm sure it is. But yeah, that card is actually just like so needed for a reprint, and you're going to see a lot more players once the tins come out in a couple months. You're going to see more players trying to pick up that deck, pick up the Dogmatica cards, which I love, so it's great. But yeah, Normal Summon Alistair the deck, go Shaddoll Fusion, go Burr. Like, literally, this deck it's still doing its thing, and it's solved. The deck is solved. There's really not too many things I've seen, like, there's not too much innovation with it, and that's completely fine because the deck is really, really good at what it does. It can be a sub-engine in other decks. You guys saw the 60 card deck I profiled the other day. The deck can just be thrown into almost anything. Shaddoll Fusion has been thrown into dinos and stuff like that, and the deck just has so much potential. Can play Super Poly to just blow out the other decks, and you already know Window will literally win you games, so it's pretty crazy. But that's it, you guys. Wanted to keep it as short as I could and to the point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I might do one on Rogue, might do one on Budget. Probably Rogue. I don't really know about Budget. Like, the Budget decks kind of fall in tandem with the Rogue deck. So we'll see. But if you guys do want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos. I definitely missed you guys. I'm definitely glad to be back. It was cool to have a little mini vacation, so to speak. But I really missed making the content here at the house. But yeah, I'm super happy to be back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Smash the like button if you did. Consider joining Patreon if you guys want to continue supporting the channel. And you guys already know. I can't wait to talk about more decks and see what happens with the rest of the format. Remote Duel YCS is coming up. Remote Duel Locals are coming back. And there's going to be the Remote Duel YCS. So, you know, your boys got to start testing again because I didn't fall behind, but I definitely need to keep up with what's going on. But I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.